Hello, this is Dominating Drew, and today I'm going to be doing a fairly different video. I don't know how many people are actually going to care about it, but I thought this was interesting, so I'm going to make a video about it anyway. If you don't care, then don't watch it. Anyway, I was reading this guy's blog right here, and he had a graph of all the emails he sent in the past, or in about a 22-year time period, and I thought it was interesting. You could see his sleep patterns and stuff, and when he ate dinner approximately. But the thing is, I don't send nearly that many emails. But one thing I do send a lot of is Skype messages. So I decided to try to replicate this with Skype. And I did figure it out. So I'm just going to show you the method I used to do that. And at the end you can make products such as this right here. This is one I made earlier. I think this is just one person here, and then I might have exported a couple files. I'll show you first how you can just do it with one person. Then I can show you how you can do it with everyone in your Skype contacts. Anyway, it's pretty. I haven't sent that many messages, but you can kind of see like when you're having a conversation with them. And there's a pretty. Just ignore this side right here. But right here, there's a pretty clear line. Not many messages are sent between 3 and 9 a.m. at all, and barely any between 12 and 3. But anyway, I'll show you how to make a graph like this in Excel pretty easily. So, 3 things you're going to need. You're going to need Notepad++, Excel obviously, and a program called Skype Log Viewer. I'll leave a link to Skype Log Viewer in the description, or you can just Google it. Now, this program right here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can just click the person over here and then export them, and you can view the conversation here. The only thing is you have to find the main.db, which is Skype's database. It's usually just an app data roaming Skype, your username, then main.db. I'm using a different database because it has a lot more contacts and a lot more history. So anyway, you just click the person. I think you have to double click. Then it'll appear over here. Then so this is just a very long conversation. Just click export now, and you can export it somewhere. I'll just export it to my desktop. Then it'll create a text file with their username. Now open this in Notepad++. Now what ultimately you want to do is just get a long list of dates and times. That's all you need for this. You want to ignore everything else. So just you to Control F, go to Mark. The way you're going to do this is with bookmarks. You can actually use replace and regular expressions to just get it really easily, but it's a lot harder to explain, so I'll just be using bookmarks. So you're just going to search for this bracket. Now this will obviously mark every line with the timestamp, so just say mark all, and it will bookmark all of those lines and hopefully no other lines. So now just close that, go to search, bookmark, and then you could either inverse bookmark and remove bookmark lines, or just click remove unmarked lines. So I'm just going to do this, and it'll remove all the lines that are unmarked. Now you probably don't need an amazing computer to do this, but it does take a little computing power, so I wouldn't try to do it on a 10-year-old laptop or anything. Now you're just going to go to replace, and I just searched this, or that bracket again, and then just a bunch of spaces. You can do tabs, but it makes it look messy with Notepad++. So now just do replace all. That'll just create some space so we can get rid of all of this. Now you're going to have to do the same thing with the other facing bracket and just replace it with nothing. Now I'm going to get rid of all the bookmark lines because they're annoying. Now all you're going to do is search for the dates now. This isn't necessary, but it's because there's different lengths that the dates could be because of double-digit months and single and double-digit days and stuff. So I just search for each year you chatted with this person or replace, and just replace the 2013 and then a few spaces. Replace all, and I think I have some 2014 stuff in here too. So 2014 and a few spaces. That just separates them so you can do column editing mode. Now, regular selections, you can start here and you drag and it highlights all of this over here. Now that's not good for this because we just want to select this. So with column editing mode in Notepad++, you hold Alt and you can just select like this. So just go to the top, hold Alt, scroll to the bottom, shift click in the middle, so you get all about Control X, paste it into a new document. Now wait a while, it's a lot. So I have a fairly good computer. It's an 8350 with 16 gigabytes of RAM. But I'm sure there's better computers, but it should work fine as long as you don't have a really terrible computer. I'll just hold Alt and then shift click this again, Control X, and make a new document again, paste it in here. Now from here you have two options to get it into Excel. You could either just copy and paste it directly, but if your computer's slow, I'd actually go the different route and go to Excel. Go to Excel, Data, and from Text. I just save those. But I think my computer's fast enough, I could probably just copy and paste it right from Notepad++. So I'm just going to do the dates, Control A, Control C, go back to Skype, make this bigger, Control V, do the same exact thing with the dates. I actually haven't tried this yet without removing all the spaces. I don't know if it will work, but let's see if it recognizes it as dates. Or not dates, time. Yeah, it looks like it's working. I'll just select all of this and it's already on dates. So I'll make that bigger. Now you're just going to insert, scatter, and then I'd make it bigger so you can actually see the data. It's kind of small to start. Now just right click, say, select data, whoops, add, series name, Skype messages. For the X I do the dates because that's just more useful for the horizontal. And for vertical I do the times. Okay. Wait, it has a lot to plot. And that didn't work. So anyway, I think I have to remove the spaces. So just go back to your time document, Control H, find space and replace it with nothing. Now Excel won't recognize it if you just have no space between the time and AM and PM. So you're just going to find AM, or AM, no space in front of it. And replace with space AM. Do the same thing with PM, space PM. Replace all. Control A, Control C, back to Excel. Okay. Delete this, paste it again. Okay, this looks a lot better. Now, so this is fairly interesting. The only thing is it, for some reason, does not have even dates, and it also goes past midnight for some reason. It just has a bunch of blank space up here. So to do that, just go here, go to Layout. If you're in Excel, this is 2010. Axis, or axes, primary, vertical, axis, more options. Then just go to fixed, or major fixed. And I do 0.125, that's every 3 hours. Also make sure this is 1 or just 1. So it only goes to midnight. Now this looks a lot cleaner. The only thing is these are still kind of big, so I'd right click on one. Format data series. Marker options. Actually, I'm going to change the color first. Design black. Format data series. Marker options. 2 is the smallest you can do, so I'm going to do that. Close. That looks a lot better. Now, so this is, I don't even know what happened to this, but like how you explain these, it might just be an artifact of the, or a hole in the process that I use. But anyway, it's still kind of interesting, but it's not that interesting because it's not that many messages like this was right here. So if you want to do everyone in your chat, and also actually one thing I forgot to mention, if you want to just do you talking, because if the other person messages you, it doesn't mean much about when you usually send messages and you don't reply, you can do the Control F and then mark, and mark just aligns with your name, and remove all the unmarked lines too. So but because this is if I receive a message or send a message. But anyway, it's still, again, pretty interesting because you can see, like, it's obviously pretty active between about noon and midnight, and then there's a little between 9 and 12, and 12 and 3, and almost nothing between 3 and 6, or 3 and 9 a.m. Like one message. Anyway, so that's how you do it with just one person. If you want to do it with everyone in your contacts, you can do this: File, Save All. Make sure you make a new directory, because you don't put this on your desktop, or if you have a lot of conversations and stuff. Then anyway, I'm not actually going to do this, but there's a batch command I'll leave in the description where you can just run it in the same directory. You probably have to edit it to go to the directory that you saved all these in. And then it'll make a file called output.txt, do the same exact procedure with Notepad++ and everything, with the output.txt, and it's everyone. And then import it into Excel, and you can make a graph of everyone in your contacts and all the conversations you have. And that actually looks pretty cool. Anyway, no one probably watched this video, but if you did, hopefully you liked it and you learned how to make a cool scatter plot like this one. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then a like would be appreciated. Also comment and subscribe if you want more content. Thank you for watching.